Hello, hello. It says we are going live. So welcome to Sunday's Spirituality Meets Politics. I am Stacey Harder with my mother, Dr. Heather Harder, and we are here on this lovely Sunday. And I wanted to let you know that I am, hi Keith, on the road. I have no power backup. I am here in the lovely state of Michigan. So I wanted to first foremost welcome you. If you'd like to join us live on Zoom, you can. The Zoom number is 831-755-384-34. And that is the Zoom number if you'd like to join us there. Welcome. All right. Heather, take it away.
Okay. Well, welcome. And since Stacey's not going to be staying the entire time with us, we also want to say goodbye in case she leaves abruptly with her power outages. It's Sunday night. It's our time for our little political conversation where consciousness meets the politics. And so we appreciate your comments and your joining the conversation. As long as Stacey's on the line, she can forward your questions and comments, and then when she leaves, you have to be on Zoom to be heard. Our first intention is to call in our guidance, our protection, and our truth. So much is going on the planet right now. It just really behooves all of us to be ever mindful that we want, need, and allow a space for protection, for guidance, and truth. Since there is no specific way you have to do it, you can say it, you can see it, you can intend it, you can just know it, but it is important that you make that intention in some form or another. And then the second thing we do is play with the light. We actually use the light in a way that serves this planet and its people. We put that energetic ripple into the planet and trust that it does whatever it needs to do, and then always giving permission to the angels to continue to use our energy in any way that serves this planet and its people. So with that, if you will just go to center, wherever your happy place is, your intention, and I see mine as a beach, but it can be a lovely woods, a lovely park like where Stacey is. But just set the intention to go to center. When you are centered, you are most connected to your divine forces. You are most in alignment with all the divine protection, guidance, and truth that exists in your world. And so it's very important that you just go to center and feel yourself become a little bit more centered. And then just imagine that there is a pillar of light in your center, and just move to the center of that. Now, since we have a friend on the call that's having some medical issues, we're just going to let this light first just work through every bone, every muscle, every cell, healing and balancing. You are meant to be in divine, perfect health. Your body is meant to last forever. When there is something that is out of alignment, it doesn't feel good. So we're going to just let the energy bring it back into alignment and bring awareness to any lesson that we need for our greatest good. Many people are out of balance because the earth is out of balance, and they're here doing their part to help balance creation. So imagine this energy as being like a great big comb that combs out all the knots, all the imperfections, all the things that do not serve you, and just gets everything back into a smooth adjustment. And then, if it be your intention, please just send this light and love out into the universe, allowing it to come back to you as you send it out. And then we're going to send this love into the earth, filling every cell in, on, and around this planet, this earth, with your love and light. And then I would like you to send this love and light into the atmosphere, creating this energetic blanket around this planet, a layer of protection that keeps it safe, secure, balanced. And then send this light and love out to all the weather patterns on the planet. Again, balancing and healing, easing the stress, increasing the calm. And then we send light and love to all the collective consciousness on the planet. Each of you have contributed to the collective. Each of you are being influenced by the collective. Just see that relationship being balanced and healed and sealed. Send this light and love to any place on the planet that needs or wants this energy. Send this light and love to all those on the planet who are here to support the transformation of this planet. Send this light and love to all those who are here trying to minimize, interfere with, alter, dimension, diminish the collective transformation of this planet. And then all those in between, all those who are unaware of what's happening on the planet, love them too. Love all the influencers on the planet, those who are wanting to make a difference for the positive, as well as those who are wanting to make a difference in the negative. Those who are wanting to empower, those who are wanting to diminish, trick, deceive. Send love to all the media at every level, from those who administer it, from those who broadcast it, those who repair it. We just want to send love to all those who are involved in media at any level, whether it's broadcast media, whether it's print media, whether it's the internet media. Just want to love them. We want to love all the technology that supports our electronic gatherings. And we want to support all the technology that interferes with our gatherings. And we want to give permission to the angels to use this combined vibration in any way that serves this planet and its people. Sending it out, sending it around the planet, sending it into the oceans. Sending this energy into the monetary system, whether it's a digital or tactile, paper, metal, anything and everything that is part of our monetary system, we want to add love to it. So anyone who touches our money is impacted by the love. And then we send love out to all of the monetary systems around the planet, to all those who touch it, handle it, seek it, work for it, allow it. We want to just love the money. And each of us individually, as well as collectively, want to release all of our money issues so that money can flow freely into our lives, can flow healthily, abundantly into our lives. That money can no longer be used to control or manipulate humanity. Just imagine that lovely dam breaking so that abundance flows to us clearly, evenly, consistently. Our financial system is very, very powerful. We want to love it. And then we want to send love and light to all the doctors, all the medical professionals, all the first responders. We have a lot of issues going on this planet with medical freedom. So we want to love all the players in this drama. We want to send love to all the tools that they use, all the information they use, all the medicines they use. We want to just love all the medical procedures they use. And certainly right now we have our V that's very controversial. You want to love it. Just imagine loving all of those little vials and filling them full of love. And they're all directed toward that incredibly controversial and tiny little virus. You want to love it too. Just love it. Every cootie, every virus, every bacteria around the globe, we want to just love them. They're part of our lessons. They're part of our growth. We just want to love it and love them. And for everyone who's had the jab and has this elixir flowing in its blood supply and body, just fill them with love as well. The body is miraculous. It can adjust and alter to anything it needs to do. So we want to just love it with deep gratitude for its miraculous abilities. It can conquer this too. Just want to love it. Show us what we need to do and know in order to be victorious in the freeing of this country, in the sovereignty of this nation. Just imagine the American flag and see it just filled with light. So it again becomes that beacon of love and light and freedom and sovereignty for the world. And that anyone who gazes upon it is going to feel that vibration, feel that energy, is going to be inspired to be their best, to do their best. I'm going to imagine stepping into a little dressing booth, but instead of putting something on, you're going to take it off. You're going to take off layers and layers and layers of restrictions, of limitations, of things that hold yourself back. And you're going to watch time speed up. So if you begin to look at yourself in the mirror and you don't see the you of your now, you see the you of your potential, the future you. And just love this part of you. Time is not, all things are now. So just love this future you, this bigger you, this more courageous you, this more empowered you, this more knowledgeable you. Love the you that is invincible. Be grateful for the you that's unstoppable. Just feel this you formulate within you. You are so much more than you can imagine. Celebrate this future you. What does he or she look like? What does it feel like? What are the internal shifts that you're feeling? You are designed, meant for a bigger life with greater capabilities. And if it be your choice, give this future you permission to guide your decisions, your steps, your experiences every minute so that you can become the future you so much sooner. Just feel how it feels to be perfected in the body, healthy and strong, wise and capable, calm and courageous. You are all things and more. You can do all things and more. You're not limited by time and space. You're not limited by the physical world. You are unlimited. Feel that. Be grateful for it. Allow it. And from this future you, imagine sending love and light out into the world. See the stronger ripples that you create. Feel how it feels to be so connected to the divine that you know what is needed and when it's needed. And now open your consciousness to that ripple. Because just like pebbles in a brook, they go out and they come back. Whatever you send out must come home to you. So just open your own consciousness and let this ripple return. Ask this future you to communicate with you, to let you know what you need when you need it. Be at one with this greater you. Take a deep breath, letting this energy flow through you into the earth. Let this energy flow into every cell of your body, balancing and harmonizing. You know everything you need to know. You can do everything you need to do. You have everything you need to be successful. When you're ready, take a deep breath and come back to the here and now. Grateful for this earth, grateful for this experience, grateful for those who test you, grateful for those who love you, grateful for those who are your teachers, grateful for those who build your strength and conviction. When you're ready, just open your eyes to the here and now, knowing all things are perfect. And the earth is exactly where it needs to be for this divine plan that we're engaged in. Well, we never have to worry because the divine is in charge. The oneness that is all powerful has it. And now we're into phase 3, which is the conversation. If anybody has any comments or questions or announcements, Stacy, your hand up. So
Probably just a little bug. There's a lot of bugs out in the forest.
okay. So anybody want to say anything or ask anything?
I just again want to say welcome and thank you for being here. I won't be going live stream probably the whole time just because I have no power or anything. So if you do want to join, you can join on the Zoom live, or you can also go to YouTube in case I do cut off of Instagram. But thank you. And I also appreciated our Cosmic Gypsy. The real, no wait, the last real Gypsy, just kidding. I don't know why I called it the Cosmic Gypsy. Yeah.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you're on YouTube and you're putting in comments, know that I can't see them. And I bet I could go see them though.
Well, and I had someone that went to my trauma workshop yesterday and they said that they're feeling super light today. Thank you. And I would like to say thank you because you're the one that did the work. I gave you the opportunity, but you did it. So you always want to thank yourself for that. So thank you. Well, and I had someone that went to my...
Okay.
So the YouTube name is my name, Stacie Harder, S-T-A-C-I-E, and then not softer, but harder. So it's just my name is my YouTube channel. And feel free to like and subscribe. You can always go back and watch old videos and stuff too. So thank you.
I'm trying to figure out how to do the live chat. Okay. All right. So I may have the live chat on. I don't know. We're experimenting. But anyway, we're going to leave. We're not going to go dead tonight because I don't know how to go to dead. So we're just going to leave everything recording. So if you want to monitor your own questions and comments, feel free to do so because it's going to be recorded and then you go back and listen to it if you want. I'm going to ask a favor, first of all, for all those in on, and you can write it in the chat or you can give it out. But my goal is to make 35 YouTube clips before the end of the month. So if you have a topic you want me to discuss, if you have a question you want me to answer, or if you'd like to be on the call for one of those 15-minute spirit sprinkles, please do so. You can enter your name or your content that you'd like to see, and I would appreciate that. That's your favor to me. And you don't have to say it out loud, but you can. Yes, Stacy, I see your lips moving.
Well, I would say my first thing is some of the aliens / going through things just to kind of get to know. So that would be where I would start. because I feel a lot coming up. Egypt, I think, is another good one. And hello, Paula. I believe that's Paula. I think that's your screen name. Yeah. And Paula, since you just got on, I am live in nature. So that means that I might not be on Instagram that long because I have no power outlet. So in case you want to do join live on Zoom and or YouTube. Thanks. Yes. And if you have, I can read the comments. So if you have any videos that you do want to watch or you want to know some more information, then that would be, let us know. I have to say, already just being in the trees is just like, so.
I know. I can't wait to get to the trees.
I love all the birds and the breeze, and it's just like, so nice.
And send lots and lots of love to Michigan because it's got lots and lots of stuff that needs loved.
We all.
Yes. Well, some more than others. Okay, so how are we doing? What issues came up? What? Been a busy week.
So, do we talk in code or?
Yeah, so for certain words you can use codes. Like the jab versus, yeah.
Right.
The mark of the beast. We should just call it the mark of the beast. Hence, exploratory.
When you asked what was going on in South Bend, that was another thing that I forgot about. 5 or 6 people got the equivalent of 6 jabs. They filled them wrong.
And what happened to them?
They said they're still monitoring. I haven't heard anything other than that and doubt that you ever will.
Oh, you know what they started doing? Giving them to the zoos. Ohio Zoo, it shows them actually jabbing these creatures and animals. There's at least 4
What's the point of that?
And they're calling it voluntary because they're giving them food and they're coming up to get the jabs. And they already know what happens in animal testing. They stopped the animal trials early because they were all basically dying because their immune systems were attacking their own systems. So it's, I bless it, but I just found that out today. I sent it to the group. But
I watched it.
do you remember
my goodness.
zoos that they were doing it? I couldn't listen to the fullness because I just couldn't.
That's
Yeah,
so
there was
sad.
3, I know 3 zoos, Oakland, Denver, Oakland, Denver, and
I think Ohio was one of them.
yes, Cincinnati.
Wow. What is the mindset that caused you to do that?
They don't want it spreading. God bless
Well,
their.
if they're
Wow.
claiming it was spread via bat, that would, they don't want anything else doing that.
Wait, how can you say an animal's volunteering getting a jab? Like, oh my God, yeah.
Well, I'm just bubbling them all and hope that instant karma prevails. That they all those involved with that process, either making a decision or doing it, gets what they deserve.
And some of the
And I
animals,
had to let it go because that's sad.
yeah, endangered species. Like, how can you put an experimental thing that's made for humans into creatures? And they're some of them were, anyways. Yeah, I saw the video. It was very disturbing.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't see it. That's so sad.
Someone asked did everyone feel the crazy energies over the weekend? I know I did.
Yes.
You felt it too.
I've been dealing with crazy energies for 30 years. So to me, they're not crazy anymore. They're just normal. So I think I've just balanced them out.
Yeah, someone said that was really sad. It's just keep holding the
It's
line.
bad enough to lock them up in cages. And then we do. Yeah. Bless them, bless them.
And I'm quite proud of France. And I mean, there's so many things going on in the world, but France is huge. It's like millions, it looks like. It's Cuba, South Africa. There's a lot of things going on that, of course, they won't tell us about through in media, but it's just
So are they protesting their?
Haiti, I think, is another one.
And
Yeah.
and in UK, they're asking, the doctors there are asking that all these be stopped because of the results of the things so far, that they're calling for a stop in all vaccination. So, which is very brave of the doctors there.
I agree.
Hi, Paula. I know in the past you've been quiet, so if you want to join in, we'd love to hear you. And Laura, welcome as well. And if you have anything you want to say or ask, please do so. And if there's any topics you want me to address in the YouTube clips, do let me know.
Frozen. So, not.
Uh-oh, we lost her. She's gone. Now she's back. Okay. You're back, Stacy. Okay. Who wants to say something? Who wants to ask something? This is conversation, not lecture. So you get to ask questions and join the conversation. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's very quiet.
You haven't said recently what you feel like, what the energy is and what's coming.
Well, what I said about July has been very much accurate from my perception, that it's like a banding. If you ever had a beer at a bar where they pour draft into the thing and you've got this big frothy layer at the top,
Mhm.
and then underneath is all the good stuff, all the sustenance, the beers down there. And that's sort of what July is. We've got a lot of things happening on the top. That's sort of the distraction. It's the fluff. What's really happening is underneath. We're getting a little bit of awareness of it with Arizona's now results of their audits finished. They haven't really committed to what it means. We have other states that are dealing with audits now, and some that are talking about doing forensic audits, which are different than an audit. A forensic audit is different than just an audit. So when they're calling forth a forensic audit, it's very, very significant. So there's lots of things going on underneath. There are people saying that in August, Trump is going to take office again. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But lots of things are going on. I think it was Arizona that after checking out all the Dominion machines, they dumped them all and then ordered new ones. It's like from the same company. You've got to be kidding me. What good does it do just to order new machines? But anyway, so lots of things are going on. And this is a great time just to imagine that sustenance, that the beer, and fill it full of love and light, because that's really where things are happening. The stuff that we're getting, superficial foam, not so significant, not so important, not so accurate. It's all at the layer we're not watching yet. I think there's going to be some more, as you all noticed, the Epstein sort of went out of vogue. We lost Epstein altogether. He just, after he suicided, there was nothing. But I think we're going to get some more stories coming out of Epstein this month. Between now and the end of the month is going to be a very busy time. And so more scandals coming out, more things happening.
Hey, Mom.
More.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
So while I can, we have a question. My connection is
okay.
Obviously. But how do each of you keep your energies in control and not lose it? Thank you.
How do you keep your energy in control?
How do you keep your energies in control and not lose it? Thank you. Over the weekend, a lot of my Australian friends are losing it. I've had to counsel them.
All right. First of all, you have to set the intention that you're going to. Second of all, you have to face all the issues that cause you to lose your energy. It's like a 2-year-old having a temper tantrum. When they don't know how to get their own way and they throw a temper tantrum and they kick and scream because they want that ice cream bar, it's a behavior they've learned that produces a result. Well, it's sort of the same thing happens with the energy. The energy is coming in all the time. There's never a time where we're not being bombarded with energy. But as you begin to assimilate and balance that energy within yourself, release all these emotional temper tantrums, then you begin to become much more balanced with the energy. And notice that I'm always asking for balance. It's when we get out of balance that we get the crazies. So let's say you haven't dealt with your anger issues. You get a whole big bombardment of energy. Well, if you've got all those anger issues that are near the surface, that's going to be what's flaming out. I call it my lemon theory, that if you squeeze a lemon, you get lemon juice. And that holds true for oranges and limes and everything else. Whatever you squeeze, whatever's on the inside is going to come out. Well, the same is true for you. When you are being squeezed, pressured, energy poured in, whatever's on the inside is going to come out. So anger is always a mask for hurt and sadness. So deal with your hurts, recognize them, acknowledge them. Don't pretend they're not there. Don't try to be anything you're not. Just be authentic. I can be authentically angry, but I don't have to slam my fist through a window. I don't have to scream and holler and cuss. Those are choices of behavior. And so you stay in balance. What you feel may be new based on the energy. And so how do you stay in balance? You intend it. You release anything that takes you out of balance, as have tools and techniques to bring you back in balance when you start losing it. There's a children's book that I really love and have it in my garage. When Sophie gets angry, very, very angry. And so the book is about Sophie. And when her sister takes a toy away from her, she gets very, very, very angry. And then it's all the different things she does to release her anger. And so I think it's the same thing for everybody else. We all need to develop our own tools and techniques for bringing ourselves back into balance before we make a scene, make a fool of ourselves, make it worse, do things that can't be undone. I was doing workshops and trainings for high risk offenders. They'd just been released out of jail, and my job through the courts was to help them balance and learn their lessons. There was one 19-year-old that was just delight. I mean, he was like a little Buddha. Except he was little. He was like that Buddha energy, so serene and peaceful. And he'd just been gotten out of jail for manslaughter. He killed a man because this man leaned on his truck, and it was a new truck. When this guy leaned on his truck, he got so angry that he killed him. He beat him up until he was dead. Now, you talk about not having controls over yourself. You know, if you have to scream and holler, if you have to cuss and swear, if you have to stomp and get physical, get violent, you are out of control. It is not the energy that's causing it. It's what's on the inside that you haven't dealt with. So you have to take mastery over that. That's part of learning how to take mastery of your life, just like a 2-year-old learning how to master their words so they can voice what they want and ask nicely for what they want without kicking and screaming and throwing a temper tantrum. And you never ever give in to someone who's throwing a temper tantrum at any age, because it only makes it worse. Never give them what they want when they're throwing a temper tantrum. And if you're a parent or grandparent, you haven't learned that lesson, get it. Because if you give it to that temper tantrum, it'll make the next one bigger and worse. Did that answer the question, Stacy? Did that help? Any other questions? Come on.
No, but I needed to hear that because I have some challenges coming up this week.
I don't know the situation. If you can give me a makeup or a version of it, I'll give you some pointers.
There's been issues going on for years, family issues, and we're taking a trip to see how things go.
Okay. Well, first of all, and that's all you need to tell me. You don't need to give me the sort of details, but recognize family issues are always big issues. They're never little issues because they came in to be your master teachers. And so recognize that. One, you do the prep work. If you're going to make a dinner, you do the prep work. There's lots of prep work. And so what is the outcome that you would like to have happen? Begin to envision that happening. Ask the higher self of the parties involved to help bring resolution and lessons. You can begin to be open with your expectations so that you allow it to unfold the way it needs to unfold. Sometimes we don't realize that we need to purge in order to get rid of that. And so just being at peace with whatever happens is okay. So you do your prep work. And then when you're there with these things, become the observer. There were times in my family that I would have my little book, and I almost always have a little notebook around of some sort or another, but literally have it out with a pen. And when, instead of reacting to what's going on, take notes. One, as a writer, it becomes very powerful for the chapters of the various things that I write. But it makes you become the observer. You don't get emotionally engaged in it. You can watch it without being a part of it. And then lots of gratitude. I know it sounds silly, but in the middle of the crazies, the more you can be grateful that this is happening, the more you can be grateful for the understanding that you're getting, the more you can be grateful, the more it changes the energy of it. And even with all the political stuff that's going on, you know, if we could be grateful for this controversy. I mean, look, the dysfunction has been going on forever. The vote corruption, the vote scam has been going on forever. And one of the best books on vote scam was written in the 80s. And when IBM was asked to make the voting machines, they refused to be a part of it because they said this is going to be so corrupted that they didn't want their name associated with it. Before we got all this vote corruption, who'd ever heard of the Dominion machines? So, you know, none of this is new. It was just taken to a big extreme. And so being grateful that it's now out in the open, that people are talking about it, that people are aware of it, they can't deny it, will allow us to heal it, because you can't fix what you don't acknowledge. And as time goes on, more and more people are having to acknowledge there's something terribly wrong with our elections. And that's echoing around the world. And as we look at our elections, other countries who've been following us are looking at theirs as well too. So we can be very grateful for the many lessons it's giving us. But vote scam, I want to say it was by Rob Collier, but I can't swear to that. But vote scam, I read it when I was running for office, and that's been 20, 30 years ago. So not new. Stacy, anything else that
Stacy's gone.
Oh, Stacy's gone.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to look at the chat on.
She said, change your screen to speaker view.
I did that already.
Okay.
But I'm trying to look at the live chat on Facebook, because it says there's 4 people chatting, but I don't know how to do that. So anyway, so anybody else want to say or add anything? The more you want something, the more you desire something, the more you intend something, the more you can attain that.
I think this whole experience is going to be interesting, because you were talking about acknowledging it, and that's half the problem. Nobody wants to acknowledge.
Well, and even that the social media is cutting, closing down anybody who does speak of it. That's powerful. I mean, had we not witnessed that, I would have never believed it was possible. And yet they are. So, yeah. Yeah. And all those who were talking before about how awful Trump was are not quite talking as loud as they used to,
Right.
because they're seeing other kinds of things going on as well.
I had heard the other day that there were 2 major things that needed to happen before the return. Trying to talk in circles here. And that was the financial system collapse and a nuclear scare.
Again, I think there is a backup plan if they can't get everybody. All right, my opinion. The reason why, okay, I'm going to back up. It was in my lifetime that the Social Security numbers came into play. And I can remember people so upset because they didn't want to be numbered. They didn't want to have a number. And they said at the time that it'll never be used for identification. No one can ask you for it. It was just for government papers. And now every clerk in every store wants your Social Security number, or at least the last four digits of it. But when they were putting it, the spiel for it, it's nobody's going to ask it. No one can get it, blah, 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 blah. So now we move forward and technology's advanced, but people still have this number that's very hard to access and track. So in this V, just like when we take and have pets chipped, there is a number, and they can assign that number to you, just like they assign it to your little Fido. And that also radiates. We know that it radiates. So now not only are you broadcasting your number, but everybody has to have one. This is pure market